Ms. Vismaya Rubin, we met back, I think it was 7 years ago at this point, when Anna Atibet, our chapter leader, yay, there's Anna, held a holiday festival and had all these vendor booths. And I'm walking around and I see this woman who has gratitude bags and she had gratitude bracelets. And I'm like, what's up with you? And then she said, I'm a
gratitude gangster. What?
So she is a speaker and author, the creator of this Living in Gratitude Today movement. She was a school teacher that transformed the lives of her students by bringing them the practice of gratitude and the science of getting rich. And she gets thank you letters from them and their parents still to this day. And now she has forged ahead full-time on a mission to bring more gratitude to the world. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Super excited. I forgot about the science of getting rich, but you're right. We did do that.
No, you did.
I totally forgot that.
It's this memory, something about me and elephants. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm very happy to be here. You don't want me to sing, do you? Because I think everybody will leave, even though I love to sing.
If it makes you happy, go for it. It's all about raising vibes, right?
Absolutely. So, you know, when we had this conversation, I said, Nancy, where should I go with this? What should I talk about? And you said, talk about what does it mean to be a gratitude gangster? So first of all, what is a gratitude gangster? And a gratitude gangster is a person who is skilled in the art of appreciation, who lives life to the fullest, and who finds magic in life's challenges. And a gratitude gangster also knows that it's easy to moan and groan and complain. That's really easy. But Dr. Robert Emmons said, gratitude is a difficult state to create and maintain. It is not for the intellectually lethargic. So a gratitude gangster gets that it's really easy to fall into that path of complaining and moaning and groaning, but also knows that there's a power when we train our brain to look for the good. So I want to demonstrate this in a story, if I may. So back in 2018, I'm sorry, was it 2018? Yes, back in 2018, my uncle was living in a nursing home in Tampa, and I was asked to be his caregiver because he had basically kicked every caregiver out. He had fired everybody, and my cousin was at his wit's end, and he couldn't stay at his nursing home if somebody wasn't there with him 24/7. So they called me up and they're like, Vismaya, can you come? Can you stay here? We'll pay you. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get paid to stay with my uncle, whom I adore. Perfect. So I went up to Tampa, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. My uncle was miserable. He just had 2 major surgeries, one for his brain, one for his neck. He had Parkinson's. He wasn't able to walk. If he fell again, he could risk the possibility of being paralyzed. So I had a big job ahead of me. And I remember waking up one day and I declared, today is going to be a magical day, because that's what gratitude gangsters do. They look for the good. So I declared today was going to be a magical day. And I heard a voice in my head go, who are you kidding? Do you see where you are? And the other voice says, yes, but you need to find the good. And the voice goes, come on, let's get real. This is the most ridiculous situation. You're miserable. You haven't left the room in a week. This is awful. He's not happy, blah, 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 blah. And I went back and forth. And remember, a gratitude gangster doesn't see the world always as rainbows and unicorns. They see the reality, and they choose to flip it. They choose to see the other side. So I said, Vismaya, how are you going to see the other side? Because it was really easy to go down that downward spiral. So what did I do? I turned off the TV and I turned on the music and I started to sing. And although I don't sound like Donna, I sang loud and I sang proud and I started to dance. And my uncle looked at me and I could see him kind of getting into the groove of the music. And the minute I started to sing, he looked at me and he started to make fun of me. And I knew that he was starting to feel a little bit better. And I knew that his mood was changing, because when he started to tease me, that was a good thing. So against my better judgment, I said to him, I said, Brucey, now this is a question I've asked him many times before. I said, what are you grateful for today? And he looked at me And the room stopped for a moment. It was silent. And what I thought he was going to say is nothing, because that had been his response before. That was the drum roll. But what he did say to me is he said, "I'm grateful for you." And as I tell that story 2 years later, and he's not with us anymore, it brings back such power, so many memories for me, because I could have chosen to go down the path of doom and gloom and misery, but I chose to be there and create these moments of gratitude, these gratitude wins. So as I said before, a gratitude gangster is a person who is skilled in the art of appreciation, who lives life to the fullest, and who finds magic in life's challenges. So I invite you all to join me and be gratitude gangsters.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm in as a gratitude gangster, which is, I think is it gangster, ER, or is it
Gangsta?
So I can talk like I'm from Brooklyn. Finally, it works.
Because we're hip.
Yeah, we're gangsta. And so share with us, that was a really powerful story. And I got little goosebumps as you talked about it, because how many of us have been in a situation that was miserable? And I love that you turned off the TV, turned on the music, and by you choosing to find a way to elevate your spirit, it lifted him. And I think part of the message for today, the overriding message is we have the responsibility to tap into that, to look for that, because there are other people who don't have access to things like this. Like your uncle wasn't part of a movement around this stuff. He was dealing with doctors and hospitals and feeling not good and all of that stuff. That's what he was dealing with. But in comes this ray of sunlight, which is you, that lifted him up out of his misery.
He wanted to die. And basically I spent all of May with him. I saw him at the end of June, and then he passed away at the beginning of July. So I know that during that time, he had those moments where we would play, and I have videos where the moment he was able to get up, he would dance with me. It was like,
wow.
So
take this story with you, my friends, and bring your gratitude into places where it's not expected, into places where it's unknown. Because just imagine, we've got over 100 people here today. And if each and every one of us took on being responsible for spreading gratitude the way Vismaya just described, imagine all of the circles that you're involved in.
I can't hear you.
All of the people that you're involved with. So Vismaya, let them know. I know you created a special for the shirts, and tell them about that. And then we're going to go to our next guest presenter.
Yes. So you can get a free gratitude calendar, which I put out every month at livingingratitudetoday.com. And you can also get 25% off all of our short sleeve shirts, all of our gratitude bags. Nancy, remind me of the code that I gave you.
Oh, Festival 25, all one word.
Festival 25, and that is just for the people who are listening to this call, and it will last for the next 3 days. And it's an opportunity to get one of these fabulous shirts, and to really, when you put these on, it's not just about putting on a shirt. You really spread the magic everywhere you go. I was in a grocery store the other day, and a woman was complaining. She saw me. She goes, "Wait a minute, I just need to be grateful." I was like,
change the world with gratitude. Get your shirt. Every time I go out wearing this, there's always a conversation. Always. So thank you. Let's hear it for Vismaya. I'm going to take everybody off mute so we can get
pleasure.
Applause going. Let's hear it.
That was awesome. Thank you. My pleasure.